All right, guys, welcome back to AI Profit Scoop. Today what we're doing is we're looking at Bolt.new, which is the hottest new AI programming tool, or so they say. We've been testing it out for a while, and there's a few things we're going to show you that can really make some money if you're using this correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive in. We're going to show you what this can do, what it can't do. We're going to push it to the limits, and I'm going to show you something that I'm actually using live and making money with right now. So, Alina, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Okay, so you've been diving into this Bolt.new. Tell me what you found out so far.
So this is actually a very good AI that can build rather big programs because it does it in a right way. So it kind of separates all the files into different folders, which lets you create more complicated things than ChatGPT would let you do.
Got it. So ChatGPT essentially is doing like one line of code, maybe a WordPress plugin that has one line of code, that's it. Whereas this is going to create like an entire system.
Yes.
Cool. Show us how it works. Let's dive into this and see how it works.
Let's have a look at our previous project. I think it will help. So for example, there is a resume builder that we created.
Okay. So what was your inspiration for this? You wanted something where they could put in their info and generate a resume.
Yes, an interesting thing there that we have two versions of it. It's loading right now, the preview. And basically one of them is going to use AI to actually specify the skills and achievement prompts.
Nice.
And the other one is just the basic for creation. So for example, we type in something here and it all puts in the system under. We can add experience, choose the date.
Okay. So essentially, what I like about this is it's a lot prettier than ChatGPT. I mean, this is making codes that we could load on the site and market now. So it looks really good. You have a save progress, which I guess is saving so that they can come back to it later. Is that saving with like a cookie or is that an actual file?
That's a good question. We don't know. You kind of need to know a little bit of programming to understand what it does, because in comparison to ChatGPT, Bolt is like very far from the user without any experience in coding. So it will do everything on its own, make its own decisions without you actually writing anything about it, and gives you the full picture ready.
Got it. So this is a full script. Like, I mean, this is like something I would have paid hundreds of dollars, maybe even thousands of dollars years ago for. Now, to have it actually written for me, you're probably talking tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, do you know like this problem when the companies take the orders from people and try to create the programs for them, but the customer never actually wants something that they can do, and there is like a misunderstanding between
it's
all
like
the time.
Yeah, like a disconnect of this is what I want. This is,
Yeah, so Bolt decides to actually ignore what all the stages and come up with this thing that it will think going to be better for you.
Got it.
And every time you ask the Bolt about it, it doesn't give you much information in comparison to ChatGPT on what it's going to change. You can literally write it one word like improve without no context, and it will run through everything and improve what it thinks it's going to be better.
So yeah, like it's basically saying, I know better, I know coding, I'm going to figure this out, which in some cases I think is good. In some cases I think is like, okay, it's coming up with 10,000 files we don't need, not that many, probably like 10.
Exactly, like it's good for people who don't want to dive in and just like say what they need and get it ready.
Got it.
A little less transparent for people who actually want to build some changes. I mean, it will understand you if you will ask for these changes, but it will also give you a little less control than ChatGPT does, because it will all separate in the files, and if you don't understand how the structure works, you will never find what it did.
Yeah, and I think too, one of the things to watch out for is like if you're loading this on, let's say we put it on Blog Profit Network or AI Profit Scoop where I store customer info. This could have vulnerabilities in it that we don't know. Because if I don't know programming, there's no way I'm going to look at all 10,000 files or 50 files or whatever to see what's there. So this is going to get complicated. Now, what I do like is this is going to make stuff very easy. It is very good looking. Like they can upload their image. They can create a full resume. This is looking really good. I like it. So yeah, like you literally just type what you want. And you get an output, which is great. So
I will give an example.
Okay.
So we basically only give it the task.
Create a market hours Forex tool. Okay. So
It doesn't need anything from you.
okay, so
no
now
design issues, no, yeah.
and I love that it has preview because like ChatGPT, you gotta just hope for the best and upload it to your server, which is a pain. Now with this, it's literally going through and it's going to give us this and the preview. Now, I also noticed like it's coming up with a lot of codes and a lot of files. So having this here failed to resolve. So is it going to fix itself?
Yeah, if I'll give you.
Oh, okay. So it's literally just going to fix itself.
Let's see what's... Actually, the first time I see this kind of mistake. Let me see.
Okay.
It usually gives
Okay.
like a opportunity to fix the stuff.
And it sees that.
Yeah, it
So
usually
it saw
can
the
check
error.
itself
Okay.
for the mistakes it creates.
Okay.
The funny thing about uploading it as well is that sometimes you will need to change directories inside the files, which again can be a little complicated for people who don't know where and how it works. And if you ask the Bolt itself, there is like high chance that it's not going to explain you how, but rather rewrite something else.
Got it.
So the only way I found out is actually ask it for instruction. It gives a little bit of it. I'll put it in ChatGPT and ChatGPT will give you the...
You know what would be cool? So this is done.
Yeah.
Let's try this. So I'm going to ask it, or you can ask it to make a sitemap of all the files that this needs. And let's see what it comes up with. Because if it tells us all the files with the structure and everything, we might be able to use that to fix it with a program like Text Crawler or something like that, which I think could be pretty cool. So let's see if it does this. And let's also put mysite.com as the example.
Okay.
Yeah. That way, all we would have to do is change mysite.com, and it should change everything. All right, let's see if it makes a map, XML.
See?
There we go. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Ask it to do it in Notepad format.
I think it misunderstood us. It might be writing an application for this instead.
So it's making a sitemap generator.
Yep.
Okay.
That is the biggest problem with that. It's like probably...
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the questions outside of the coding. It tries to tie to inside of the coding.
Okay. So what we would need to do is we would need to look at the file structure, see what's there, or when creating, let's create a new tool. So let's ask it to make a Forex market hours. Tell it I am going to upload it to this site. Make sure everything works on this site. Let's try that.
Let me see. I want to try to attempt fix because it's an often thing that comes up. And I saw some of the things that it cannot fix. It was recently. But as far as I was running it, it's actually got pretty good at fixing the issues. So I think from the bloggers who did it like a month ago, it did approve at this point.
Yeah, and that's an interesting thing because one of the things that I love about this that a lot of people are missing is the fact that it can create a WordPress plugin, because a WordPress plugin is running on a file structure that does not need a domain name, right? So let's see, why is the camera doing that? There we go. Doesn't need a domain name, so it's going to fill in the domain name with whatever it's loaded on. So having a WordPress plugin would be crazy. And actually, you know, I got an idea here, which I think would be really fun. So go ahead and do this, and then we're going to go to an idea I have I think you'll really like.
I think this phrasing will help. Let's see.
What I'm going to do next, tell me what you think of this.
Oh, upload. No. Yeah, so now it understands what we want it to do.
What if we converted this to a WordPress plugin? So what if the actual Forex market hours was a plugin they install that they can like, oh, hey, this will tweak it, this will put it in there. That could work.
Do you want to try to write it? This is the funny thing that I had about it. Like when I write anything to it, it sometimes go into action that I'd never asked for.
So yeah, I remember you telling me earlier, like you say thank you, and it's like, oh,
and it started rewriting the code.
Yeah.
See?
Like, It's very, very happy that you thanked it. Okay, so now let's go through and let's try to convert this to a WordPress plugin. Because I think if we could do that, because let's show them what we're talking about. So what we did is we created a WordPress plugin, and this is one that I had huge interest in. It sold a lot of copies. I made it in ChatGPT first, and then I elevated it in Bolt and uploaded it, and it worked right out of the gate, which is cool. It actually put my advertisements on. It put all this stuff on. So
yes, and it improved it without you saying anything. Pretty much it just said, this is what I have. Can you improve it? And it did.
What did it improve? Oh, on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this has the plugin where it actually makes content for them. It went ahead and made like a little icon there. You can see the icon instead of the gear way over there where it says Profit Voodoo. So it's got that instead of the gear. It put the boxes around Join AI Profit Scoop, and it actually added new stuff like the category, which I thought was really cool. And this is the kind of thing where, I mean, this is a plugin where if I sold it as a standalone plugin for $10 or $7, I could easily make $100,000 with this.
Right.
And Bolt made it for, I mean, we just upgraded yesterday, so this was made in the free Bolt.
Yes, this is kind of revolutionary because a lot of small plugins or tools can be made now in Bolt without any knowledge of how it works.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Now, what we need to understand, though, first you need to understand how to upload files to a server because this won't work without a server. And there's a gap where it's making it in its closed environment. So like, let's say, you're making it in a air fryer and I only have a pan and you're giving me the instructions for the air fryer. And I'm like, why is my chicken raw?
Right.
Why did I do it wrong? And you're like, well, you need.
Yeah, this is what ties to this directory issue because some of them will need to be rewritten.
Yeah, exactly. And looking at that, I think if you can understand basics of how these work, I think you can make stuff that actually will make money. Now, the key is, one, the download button. So go ahead and hit the download button here.
Yeah, about that, it will download everything in a
Zip file.
Zip file, yeah.
Now, I did notice the structure of the file. So go ahead and click that little folder. And then let's drag that.
I cannot reach it.
Right here. You're going to go over
Okay,
here. There you go. Yep, and then just bring it other way. There you go. So now go ahead and double click it. So notice how it has project. So what that means is if you're doing a WordPress plugin, it will not recognize it unless you take it out of the project folder and zip this up. But this is not a WordPress plugin, so we would just upload this normal, unzip it. It should work on your server. Now, as for a WordPress plugin, can you go to the instance where I created the Profit Voodoo?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, it also has history, which is nice. Oh, see, it already found a problem with it.
There's a problem with the plugin. So that is a dependency kind of deal, which is funny because there is no problem with the working of it.
Yeah, it did work. Do you want to download it as well?
Yeah, so let's download it and show them what it looks like. So a WordPress plugin is a zip file. A lot of people don't know that, but that's all it is. So if I was to take this, and let's go ahead and go back a bit. We'll go ahead and extract it. The back button over there. One more. And we'll extract it like this. Extract all. And then, yeah.
Do you want to rename it?
That's fine.
Okay.
Because we're going to rename it once we zip it. So there we have project. So we're going to go into project, right, like this. And then let's do right click right on the Profit Voodoo and do compress to. It should
only the Profit Voodoo, all of them.
All of them, but if you click on that one with all of them, it'll rename it that, so you don't have to type it.
Okay. Compress
to. Zip. There we go. So now, click out of it. There's your plugin. So I could literally...
this should be uploaded instead of the project folder.
Exactly. Yeah, because if you have the project, WordPress is going to be like, hey, where's the plugin? I just see an empty project folder.
There is another possibility that it gives. It's deploy on their platform. Let's actually switch to the program, but not WordPress. There's a different one, I guess.
So this is actually going to be like a self-hosted version?
Yes.
Got it.
Okay, let's see. It's I'm improving something again. It always improving something without you even asking.
Netlify. Okay, so that's deploying.
It's a Netlify thing. It will deploy it. It will be available by the link. This is the old version that we did. This was created by one request. Nothing else was edited there. Like just ask it to make Forex market hours tool with I think a little more description, like 1 sentence description. And it came out with the template, with general looks, with how it's supposed to work on its own.
Cool.
Okay, and on this platform, it will be available to other users, but it only will be available sometime before it will automatically get deleted. We don't know that. Optionally, you can actually move it to your own account.
Yeah. So that would be, would we have to like pay for hosting or does that come with it?
Honestly, I don't know.
Click it, let's see what happens.
A Netlify?
Yeah. Okay, so you'd have to have a GitHub.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So I think the best use is going to be learning how to put these on your own server and learning how to do them for other people. Because if you can do like, I mean, think about the possibilities of literally anything. Like you can have a dental calculator or a scheduler. Like I could literally go in here and say, like, let's go to a new one and let's do create a scheduler for a dentist office based on procedure and time. And let's make sure we say for WordPress. So theoretically,
based on what?
Based on service and time.
And time?
Yeah, so like a root canal takes 2 hours. That kind of thing is what I'm thinking. And then let's say where a visitor can schedule directly. So what I'm envisioning is, okay, I want to go to a dentist. I want them to install this on their WordPress. And I want them to be able to have people like, oh, February 2nd is open for a root canal. That kind of thing. So now it's creating that. And since it's a WordPress plugin, it's going to be super easy. And the cool thing is like, neither of us knows code.
It doesn't make it as a plugin as far as I see.
So it's not making a plugin?
The possible environments that have access to WordPress infrastructure.
I need to point out creating a WordPress plugin isn't possible since we don't have access to however I can help you create a standalone. I would challenge it and say, I think you can make it for WordPress.
Yeah, because you did it before.
Yeah. Yeah, say make it as a plugin. But even a standalone could work. Because there's a lot of standalone. Like I use Amember, which is a plugin that we use all the time for membership softwares. And I mean, I've paid thousands for that because I've gotten it on so many different sites over the years. But let's see how this looks.
Yeah, it will take a bit to load.
Oh. So it actually made it integratable with WordPress.
I think so.
So it's not a plugin, but it integrates. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, because you will need WordPress API, so it will be connected after all.
Okay.
See, so it comes with decisions on its own. If it cannot do something, it will find an alternative that it can do and make it without asking you.
I would say that, I mean, we've been messing around with AI for a while.
Yeah.
I think this is the smartest AI so far.
Yeah.
Like this
in
one.
how it builds the decision, it is the smartest thing. For coding, perfect.
Yeah. And I think, well, let's see if we can get a preview.
It's still loading.
Okay.
This is the issue with the web space that it creates into. Sometimes it will not load it. Let's
Okay.
see.
Can we go back to code? Let's see how many files are in this. So.
Not too many.
And actually, real quick, go over to CodeCanyon. I think it's .com or .net. If you Google it, it'll come up. CodeCanyon is a place where you could literally go. There it is at the very bottom. And sell plugins. And I mean, if you look at some of these plugins, go to PHP scripts up there. Back. Right, one more. There you go. So here we have PHP. So you have like calendars, countdowns. So like this one here, 115 sales at $11, 52 sales. Some of these, like when you get into WordPress or other things, just do popular. Go up to popular. So some of these here, like, let's see, 59. Usually there's some with like a ton of sales. Let's try Maybe PHP is not the right one we want.
Yeah. JavaScript?
Maybe. So there's one. Try WordPress plugins.
Yeah.
So there you go. So there's $50,000 on a WordPress media library folder. Like, just take that WordPress media library folders, or actually let's take WordPress automatic. What does that do? Import content from websites and AI to WordPress on autopilot. That's a little complicated. Let's do another one. Let's try appointment booking. So that's kind of what we made. So you could literally just plug in the description of this and it'll make you a plugin.
Funny enough, it can make an app just by the picture, which is nice. I'm going to show
Wait a
you.
minute. It can make an app based on a picture?
Yeah, you just give an example of the picture.
Okay.
I'll choose the small one that we have here, that we already made in ChatGPT. Save as, just a moment, downloads.
And that is absolutely astonishing, because one of the things I do with my programmers is I literally give him images of what I want. Like, I'll go into Snagit and I'll be like, hey, I'm going to make this thing.
So we basically give it, oh, wait, let's start a new one, not to actually confuse it.
Okay. I wonder if we could do it from a web link too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least it can make a version of it and you can improve it. Complete, or sorry for the misspells. We've been trying to.
Let's see how this does it. I'm going to be pretty impressed if it does this. That's incredible. And then you'll get the preview and see how it looks.
It will copy everything up to the visuals.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, this is like you're literally watching a programmer program that, I mean, you go on a programming site, there's thousands of dollars to just have them like think about your idea. And I mean, I know this industry. I've had a programmer
show how it actually looked like.
For like, I think 13 years now.
How do I cannot put it here.
What are you trying to do?
I wanted to show the original picture.
Oh, okay. Well, we have it. So what we'll do is we could just bring Skype over when we're ready. Or that. Just go to home. Or there it is right there. Right down there. And over in the, under the glossary.
Okay.
There you go.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So there's our image. Cool. Okay. Let's see what it came up with. Still going. It's going.
Yeah, I'm going to be loading this.
Reload. The little refresh button maybe. Might be stuck. Could be mad at us. I don't know.
But from the description, we see that it actually understood what calculator it is, because I didn't tell it.
Yeah.
So, and it came up with a decision on how to actually calculate all this
That's pretty
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it.
Let's try.
Let's try to deploy it, maybe.
Maybe try deploy, because then we could actually see it on the web. And then, there's a problem.
There is why.
There it is.
Okay, let's attempt fixing it.
Okay. That's pretty cool that it knows. Like ChatGPT does not know.
Yeah, with ChatGPT, fixing can be an issue.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like,
and
I'm going to write the whole thing now.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see if it rewrites the whole thing and makes it work.
Sometimes it does that, you are in the loop of the problems. That's what people were complaining about.
Okay, there we go.
It still is available. It does work.
And then the image, I mean, you can fix that. That's not working because it's not on the Bolt AI server. That's cool. I mean,
I know what the problems, you can see what it is, but usually, yeah, it's a run situation. So the starting point for the running, I don't know. I'm not a programmer, I cannot tell why.
Well, and one of the things cool about this is like, most people are going to look at this, they're going to give up, whoa, it doesn't work. I got a loop. I'm going to take this and I'm going to look at it and be like, okay, I would have had to pay a programmer thousands of dollars to make this. Now I can pay him $50 to fix it.
Yes, and sooner or later it will come up with decision. Like in worst case scenario, you just go and start it from scratch.
And this is the worst it's ever going to be.
Yeah.
So like, it's just going to get better. In a year, it's going to be like, you know, start my Tesla and drive it down the highway. You know? Let's go through, let's try and see if we can give it a web URL and see if it'll make a code from that. When it's done.
Here you go. You can choose it
Okay, there we
since
go,
I'm struggling.
Okay, yeah, no, you got it. So let me get this here. I'm going to go to, let's see. I'm going to go to Talk Sober, which is my addiction site. This is a little tool we have. I'm going to go to the, not that. I think it's Go. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it this. It's looking good. Does it work? Fair market value. That's not E. It's 1, 2, 3. Calculate. So it is actually
Yeah,
working.
you got to select the filing status.
Okay.
And
Oh, this is so for a donate car. That's cool. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to go to Bolt. I'm going to say make a sobriety calculator like this. Now, knowing that when I made this, it was ChatGPT, so it's cookie heavy. It's one file that's gigantic. He's going to make it, or whoever it is, he or she, Bolt, is going to make it in several files. So let's see how this does with an actual link. I mean,
nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you don't even need to explain. You just can give an example and be like, copy that.
So like literally you could give it anything. You could be like, make me Expedia or make this. You could even like, you could make something that would find coupon codes and use your affiliate link. I mean, I've never had access to this kind of stuff. I mean, I've had a couple programmers at a time, but the barrier of thinking and stuff, this would take them weeks, whereas it's doing it in minutes. And damn, that's cool. Whoa.
The greatest benefit of it is that you can endlessly improve it, and it will not get this type of mistakes that ChatGPT does. It will still make your application easier to run on the site if you ask it to, like make it more efficient. It slows down my website, can you fix it? It will do that as well. And it can create tools that actually can interact with OpenAI, which gives you ability to do AI tools from Bolt. So you can make your own AI tools, like this resume one, which generates the achievements, or picture-generated websites, or whatever generated websites. For the plugin in WordPress, you can also make it like full article generated by the prompts, by the plugin fully inside there. The only thing that the user will need to put an API key for OpenAI, but still.
Well, and this went ahead and it did money saved, calories avoided. Now, it's wrong. I've saved a lot more than that. This is probably based on average.
1 million, but maybe.
probably pretty close, you know. And so, like, you have your milestones, your year, your month. I mean, we can probably even go through, and we will have add a relapse button and a sobriety quote of the day on top. Let's see how it does with this. Now, what I would eventually want to get to would be the sobriety quote of the day would be like from a TXT file that I can load them. I think
that's totally possible.
Yeah, and I think super easy too. So let's see how this does. And I want you guys to get excited about this. We're going to have some more videos on this because I think this tool is a game changer.
Yeah, we are going to use it.
Yeah, I know. It's like, hey, this is $20 a month well spent. So looking at this, I mean, I'm probably going to have Andy work with it too, see what he thinks. So there you go. Look at that. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. There's that. Reset sobriety date. So it resets it. Let's do... Oh, wait, not that much. That hasn't happened yet. Let's see here. I do 2002. There we go. So there, reset. Okay, so it is cooking it. This is, I mean, it's better than what I made in ChatGPT by far. And if you were to look up what it would cost a programmer to make this, it is crazy. And having this kind of thing, what we want to think about is how can we use this with what we're doing? Maybe you have a YouTube channel and you're like, oh, hey, go get the quote every day. Like this, I use this with my sobriety YouTube channel. So, you know, it works really well. And maybe we can have this and use it as another way to get people to our website, which is the essence of making money. If you can get them to your website, then have the money stuff on the website, it's game over, you win.
Yes, if you have a set of useful tools in your niche, then of course people are going to be using them, so that will run traffic to your site.
Absolutely. So we're going to have some more tools and everything over at aiprofitscoop.com. We'll talk to you more about this. There's also a basics video. If you join the AI Profit Scoop full version, there's a basics video talking about how to upload, how to use these files, the whole 9 yards. So if you want to make money with the Bolt AI, I think Bolt.new, I think is what it is, is a great program. It's something not to be overlooked. It's going to get better. You can make things that will make money. And if you understand this, I think it is going to change your world in terms of making money. So thanks for digging into this, Alina, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Thank you.